All
right. Welcome back, guys, to the Three Amigos podcast. I'm your host, Isaac, with your host.
Wait, you're Isaac?
I mean,
Wait. I'm like, what?
It's because I was.
Why did I buy it though?
Welcome back to the Three Amigos podcast. I'm Carlos.
Isaac.
Miloy.
And we're the Three Amigos. So,
Yeah.
I hope.
1, 2, 3.
We hope guys you enjoy this video.
Yeah, I hope you guys liked the last one, honestly. That one was,
Pretty
so far, 58 views.
Yeah.
Only.
In what, one day? In a span of like what, 12 hours?
Like 6 hours, I'm gonna be honest.
It's
Wait,
already
it's 11?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8, 9 hours.
That's pretty good.
Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you, Logan.
Alright, so today's starter topic is things we notice. Because if y'all don't know, which I'm pretty sure they do, because anybody that watches us right now like knows us.
We're dangerously stupid.
Okay, yes, but
Okay.
I'm from El Paso. You're from,
Far. Texas.
Laredo, Texas.
and so we're not from Odessa. And I feel like we've all had interesting occurrences with Odessa that we're like, yeah, this isn't normal, right?
Dry as freak over here.
It's weird because, like, I mean, Odessa feels like a Fortnite lobby. You know, about it.
Okay, so I think what Eli's talking about is that the people here, like, no offense if you're from here, like,
Well, like, you got surfers here. I don't understand that.
We know that one, huh?
Right? One of them was our teacher, by the way. Shout out to Mr. Boyer.
Right on.
Ride the waves, bro.
You gotta feel the draft.
Yeah.
You gotta know to ride the wave so the wave can feel you. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to our sponsor for this.
what? No. Sponsor.
No sponsor.
Anyways, I think one of the main things I noticed from Odessa is that they ain't shit to do.
I mean, we're always busy, anyways. So, I mean, like,
Not even that, but like we find our own fun, you know.
yeah,
Like although there isn't shit to do, we still like can have fun.
yeah, like right now we're all sophomores. So, during our freshman year, obviously we were super busy with. Since we're all athletes here, so we were super busy with weights, practice, and we started working, so we didn't really have time to go out since we were super busy most of the time. But eventually we just started, you know, goofing around, getting kicked out of places, you know, stuff like that. So that way we could get entertained or be entertained. But other than that, it's pretty dry over here. Kind of, everything's super close. Hey. Huh?
No, nothing. Usually.
But yeah, we barely even have time, so we just find our own fun. And now we're all roommates, brothers, best friends.
Did you look at his face?
No. What do you think about that? You look.
Boss. I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty weird how we all met.
We were talking about that. After.
Do you remember how we met this bum over here?
Like the first time we met. Remember? Because I don't.
I remember when I met you.
No, duh. We spoke about it yesterday. Well, I spoke about it yesterday, but
You watched yesterday's vlog. I mean, podcast.
but this guy over here, how did we meet him?
I think
Man just came in like in a shoebox. I don't know.
I think I think I was asking for $1 outside of Walmart when you $1.
No, but seriously, like, I don't know how we all became friends.
Like we became
Like
we became friends
Mhm.
in orientation, but how do we meet this bum over here?
Man, only God knows.
In next episode of Another
God's plan.
God's plan.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes sense, but okay.
Do y'all? Never mind. I'm not gonna ask that.
No, ask it. Ask it. I'm really interested right now.
Yeah,
Ask
ask it.
it.
What was y'all's first impression of the university? And everything.
Low-key.
What?
I was depressed.
I look like jail, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, y'all do know it was supposed to be a jail, right? Y'all like actually didn't know that?
Really?
That's all.
Like the Mesa building was.
Google.
I forget. I think it was Leo that told me, but like the Mesa building was supposed to be a jail, and like for funding or something, like it didn't happen, so they made it a university. Yeah, it was supposed to be like a state prison or some shit like that.
Oh shit. I mean, is that why it looks like?
Yeah, that's why it looks like a prison.
Huh. Well, okay, that makes sense now. Like now that I think about it,
I don't see
the way
it.
it's shaped, it could.
Look, bro, if you look at the front of the Mesa, it looks like the entrance to the fucking penitentiary.
Someone like the Pentagon.
I'd rather have him into me.
The Pentagon.
But the way it's shaped.
I guess so.
Is the axis of.
The Y,
I need a
Z,
burp.
X, the slope, what?
The distance, you gotta multiply the distance by.
The distance formula. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
A squared plus B squared
What do you
equals.
think of the school?
I mean, it was alright. I mean, I thought it'd be better for a D2 school. You get me?
Bigger.
Bigger. And I guess with more people. But it's that type of school where it's an athlete school. You get me? So basically 90% of the students here are athletes. You get me? And I think that basically if you're not an athlete, like
You have no purpose to be here.
no purpose to be here. But
Unless if you like go here. I mean, unless if you live in the Odessa and Milan area and you just want to attend school, I mean,
that's
that also is pretty sad. But yeah,
you?
what'd you think?
Honestly, I didn't care. I just showed up and I was like, all right, this is it. Like,
My life.
yeah, no, literally. Because I was like, it was either this or McMurray. Or some school in like,
Oh,
or like some NIA school in West Virginia.
Fuck that. I would just quit swimming.
Low key.
No,
What time
but
Home Depot is?
Yep.
Oh,
they were like, oh, you get $20,000 in scholarship, but you have to still pay $20,000.
This is where
Talking for you,
this
man.
is where the Home Depot theme song comes in.
Does your house have limitless paint?
Wait, it's good to say that.
It's
They
like
still
my-
say that?
Wait, well, how is Odessa different from EP?
For once, we have we have an Applebee's.
In 2023.
See, you don't have Applebee's?
Or we've had it since like
1985.
Vietnam, bro.
No, think it has. I mean, there in El Paso. There's always something to do. Like if I wake up one day and I'm like, I want to go golfing. I can find somewhere to go golf. Either like actual golf, top golf, mini golf, or just golf range.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to wake up and go karting, I can find go karting somewhere around. There's stuff to do all around no matter what I want to do. But here, it's like, what do we do?
But then again, you're over here like, damn, I'm tired AF. Like, there's nothing to do. Like, what can you do? You get me? Like,
you don't have the energy
Yeah.
to even, like go out or anything because
Yeah,
you're just
exactly.
so busy with athletics. You got fucking work. I mean, you got work to
School.
worry about. School.
continue.
Anyways, but no, yeah, I think that's one thing I noticed very different. Also, people here drive like. I mean, El Paso people don't know how to drive either, but I feel like here because everybody drives a truck, they drive like
Plus, it's like 80 miles per hour, like speed limit only.
Yeah, because the main highway is a freaking I-10 going to like some other city. Like it's not a, you know what I mean? But yeah, how is it different for you?
It's different because I mean where I live, it's like all connected, so it's like it's like far, McAllen, then it connects to like Mission, and you know what I'm saying. And but there's always stuff to do where I live, always. But it gets to a point where like it gets to a point where like, damn, this is boring already. Since like you basically lived there your whole life, so like, this is boring already. You get me? So
You want change.
yeah, you want change in the environment that you live in. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of stuff like the beach, like Top Golf, go karting, arcade like games. There's a variety of stuff, but I feel like in my opinion, like I would get super tired of going to the beach. That's one. Top Golf, I would always go. So like I feel like I need to change, and this is like a big difference. But I mean, I could live with it because since we're always busy, I'm not like always trying to find something to do. So, I mean,
it's good and obviously a little bit bad into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the bad part is we all are away from home, like fucking thousands of miles away from home. I am.
like 500, bro.
Not even way. I'm like 1,000.
It's the same distance.
12. No, wait. 12-hour drive. Someone look it up.
10-hour drive.
Aye.
I did like 3 hours and I wanted to die, bro.
Wait, I wish. I wish it was 3 hours. I'll barely be. I pass San. I go to San Antonio. Wait, I'm like sleepy. Like all the fucking, all the traffic and shit. I can barely. Oh wait, I think I was gonna die one time. Cause you got like dumb people, driving too. Someone?
Eva was driving like.
Yes. Wait.
That was you?
No.
On the news.
Nah. I mean, I feel like it's different from my home. I don't know. I feel like there's more stuff to do here, and then we're like Port Arthur, where I actually live recently,
Where do you live?
was like hillbilly country, all the way east, baby. Yeah, you get that a lot.
Next to Louisiana,
Yeah.
Popeye's Chicken
Somewhere?
Grill.
Dude, the Popeyes there sucks as well. The Popeyes there sucks as well.
It's like going to Mexico for tacos and they're bad.
I know. You're like 20 minutes from Louisiana.
But I also think
Actually?
someone.
You're like 20 minutes away
Well,
from
not
Louisiana?
no, but like New Orleans is like 3 to 4 hours away from where I'm at.
You should go there.
Someone, dude, it's fun. It's really fun there.
Yeah, it's 3 hours away from where he lives at home. From here, 3 days.
1 day of travel, 1 day of driving.
Pit stop and then sleep.
Nah, not even. Just pee out the window. That's it.
What about in your poop?
That's the way he's not gonna. That's the way he's not gonna care. He's not gonna stop.
No, it's
I'm
not.
not.
He's the type of if he was taking his kids on his family,
stopping.
he's not. They're not stopping.
Pee out
on
the
the bottom.
window.
Shit in the trash. I don't care.
Shit in your brother's hand.
What? Toss it out.
The fuck?
Just chocolate, I swear.
No, but I also think like the people here are pretty like.
They're weird.
Some are unique. Some are weird. Some are average. Some are normal. I don't know. Like I said, it feels like a realm between two dimensions. If that makes
Sometimes
sense.
I feel like.
Like Phineas and Ferb type stuff.
Sometimes I feel like because there's nothing to do here, people.
Go crazy.
No, they don't go crazy, but they get weird. You know what I mean?
Like you?
Like, bro, like being here feels like a fever dream
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Like a teenage dream?
Bishop Katy Perry. What's that song?
Yeah, I get it.
Teenage. How is it?
Wait. Unforgettable teenage. Something like that.
The voice.
Vocal cords over here.
Wait, start singing.
No.
Okay, I have a question. When you first moved to Odessa, how was your first how was your first day here? How'd you feel? How'd you feel?
Weird way. It was hot. It was really hot. I didn't.
But
But I was excited. I was really excited, like for the, because meeting everybody. I mean, I knew you. I didn't know our other roommates too. So I guess like the freshman college experience, like we were kind of living in that moment. And
I was sad.
what?
Like I woke up and I'm like, damn, this isn't my bed. You know what I mean?
But sure. I mean, but in the back of my head is like I know I'm gonna be back home one day.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I think that made it hard because it made my room not feel like my room. It felt like a hotel room for a while. And for a while, I just thought, when you go to like regionals or SAFE,
Yeah.
you're there with all your friends. That's what it felt like for a while. To me, like we're all just here, like
so it was like some time to get used to.
Like all the like kids just here.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like this year was much more smoother. Like, I mean,
Like smoother than last year.
yeah.
I
Some
believe
more?
so. I mean, just because we.
Like, I didn't really feel sad, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first day here.
Yeah, I was more excited than
It was
anything.
more- yeah. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah. So we almost burned the apartment down.
Like, multiple times. Wait. Remember that first week? I burned like the dumplings. Oh, bro, I was so hungry.
That's why we're always getting like the
We're always getting in
firefighters
trouble,
caught
right?
on. Yeah. It's always getting in trouble. But I mean, that's the fun part. You gotta create memories somehow, huh? Except you.
Oh yeah. Can you elaborate?
What got you guys into swimming?
Honestly, like if I'm being honest, I was bad at everything else, and it's the only sport I was. It was the only sport I was like, I'm alright. Like genuinely, because I ran track, and I played football.
And you're too slow.
I was fast. I just didn't like it.
So would I?
I didn't like it.
Coach.
Like, yeah, like running sucks, bro. Like
Yeah, I can't run for.
I know I seen you run. Remember we ran in winter yesterday. He was running in pajamas.
Wait, yeah, he was also dying from COVID.
Yeah, I was sick too. And yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You were fine.
But I couldn't see. I like this much of a vision.
Oh god.
But actually, you got into swimming like that?
Yeah, like genuinely.
And a single here.
Have you seen him play other sports?
Cooking?
I cooking.
I could have been out, yeah.
Gordon
Could've been,
Ramsay?
yeah.
You know.
I mean,
Either
I did
Ramsey.
track, but I sucked at it.
Bro, track sucks.
You're just there because like in school.
I did it because swimming was over.
I did because like for fun.
He did it to get girls.
I was a shit back at school.
You know how when you have to wear like something here, like
The
numbers.
numbers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your girl was like number 20,000 and in
Yeah.
the
Bro, I
track
always
number
felt so
one in my
cool.
heart.
I always felt so cool, like leaving school to track meet with my cleats, like with my other friends.
Ay,
I
perra.
hate track meets. By the time I got to my event, bro, the sun would like kill me, and I would be like,
Bro, my coach assigned me for the 400 meters. Wait, I never ran that in my life, right? I skipped it.
what was your event? The like mile or some shit?
Well, I was a sprinter, right? But I did more of
So,
like,
like,
all the jumps.
I mean, your sprint events was like 200 or what?
Well, it's just 100. Long jump, triple jump.
Multi-sport athlete.
Quattro dribble jump.
But I felt like shit because like after I would have swimming practice and then
Nah, hell no. I wouldn't go.
that was the worst thing.
Okay.
Good for my legs.
What's one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to you in your life?
I have like
Think of one.
I can't even think about it
I have too many. Like embarrassing how?
Choose one.
Embarrassing how? Like
Um,
like funny embarrassing?
yes.
Hmm. I don't know. You?
now. Like I can't think of a topic where it's like, oh my god, he actually did that. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
maybe a little one moment in my childhood that I don't.
I have a
obviously
funny, embarrassing story that happened to my friend.
Your friend?
Yeah, and I was there.
What happened?
Okay, so my friend ran track, right? If he sees this, he'll know who it is. I'm not gonna say names, but
Yeah.
my friend ran track, and he was my boy, and I was like, bro, you gotta do swimming, because we were trying to get more people on the team and shit, right? Anyways, so he goes and he's like, yeah, for sure. He trains and stuff, and then his first meet of the season is the 50 free, right?
Uh-huh.
The 50 free. He's in lane one. He's in lane one, and he had the jammers, right? Anyways, so he didn't realize that he had to like time.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped in, with the jammers fell, bro, and he was in lane one.
Wait, it was like the prelims, right, for 50 freestyle. Champs, wait, it was a champs. It was the Eastern, it was Western fucking.
Western Northern Conference.
It was a champs for USA Swimming, right? And I just had my speedos on, and because I was like, I swam like all the 200. I was swimming all the 200s. I really didn't want a final in the 50 free.
Emilio Vega has on the 200 flag.
I used to, right? I used to be really good.
You retired?
I retired. My shoulders, I can't handle it anymore. I'm growing old.
You're signing for like the first weekend he was done.
No, but like pre-season, like in the first half of like of senior season, I was doing really good. But then I stopped training the 2 fly.
Tell a story about how you
someone,
were
no, and then like I was just wait. I didn't even have my cap on. I was just like, I'm gonna BS this event, and so I go in, right, and I dove in, and my freaking jammers were untied, or they were like super loose. Like they were like tied, but they're also like really super loose. And I was like, I don't care, bro. I'm just gonna sprint this event. Like I don't really care if I final or not, bro. I go in, the whole thing like pops, like it goes like they could see my butt cheeks, they could see my private part, bro. I felt so like everybody else, like all the other like crazy athletes were just going.
Did you finish though?
Bro, no, I stopped my streamline, right, and I literally broke my streamline to like go back up, and I went back in streamline, and I just went.
What's your time?
I think it was like 30 way.
On a 50 fly?
No, free.
That's slow way.
Cause he had to readjust, bro.
My fault.
I suppose. So what happens when your like whole freaking shorts just fall, right?
Use it as an extra propeller,
I don't think that's
right? Hey. 20, right there.
When's the first time you ever guys been caught cheating on a test? Or have you guys not?
That would have been somewhere like in.
Not a test, an assignment, yeah.
I mean, remember with Boyer?
Okay, so when I was in 5th grade, I used to like copy off of this girl, right?
Of course.
It's because like everybody else was like, you know, so. And so like she would always get like hundreds and hundreds, and you know how teachers in elementary, they just teach like every subject like 30 minutes in like one sitting, you get me? And then you get like sent to recess or something. But
Caleb Dressel.
That was
Okay, so we do this test, this math test. I still remember, and it was like at the end of the class, and class didn't end till like 4:05 or something like that. And so I was copying like gacho bad off of her, and so then I turned in my quiz at the end. I turned in my quiz or my exam at the end, and then she compares exams.
Both of course it's the same.
And they're the same, and so then
Didn't you learn how to cheat? You put one wrong.
Hold on, fool. Hold on. I don't know. And so she was like, Isaac, come over here. I'm like, yes. She's like, can you please take this exam? Let me finish. Fuck.
Not this way.
Doesn't come out.
That's weird. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot.
Don't breathe. I can smell it from my
You look, come over here.
Don't breathe.
Wait.
How much money?
No, mom.
Ah! Okay, so.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to cut that out. So explain what just happened.
Just keep it rolling.
I'm not gonna put all that in.
Keep it rolling.
No.
That's what the viewers want.
No.
I'm probably like unsubscribed. See that.
The 5 subscribers that we have are gonna go down.
Okay, so she told me to take the exam all over again. Then I failed it, and then at the end of the class, she was like, Isaac, I need to speak to your mom.
You're like, I don't have one.
And I was like, okay. And I got saved because my mom would have beat my butt.
Your mom didn't answer?
No, because they called the teacher to the principal's office. So I got saved, bro. Like nothing happened the next day. So that was like the very first time I got caught cheating. But other than that, never.
So your parents didn't know about it?
Yeah, my parents didn't know about it.
I get cheated once because my friend was just like you, doesn't know how to cheat.
Hey, I was like 9 years old.
This guy was 14. It's at my mom. You ever got caught cheating?
Probably like in elementary, but I really don't remember.
Or being pensativo.
Cheating on 1+1.
I honestly forgot. Some history test.
Okay, I get it because I suck at history too.
What's a memory from your childhood that still resonates, still is with you to this day because of how funny it is?
Or like makes you happy.
Yeah.
Like funny
Yes.
or happy?
I mean, it could be both.
Searching through the files.
Let me tell mine. So my story is when I was, so you guys know, and for those who don't, like I'm very, like my family's into horseback riding and stuff. So at my 4th birthday, my dad bought me a pony, right? Like he bought me a pony, and
Riding in the backyard.
no, yeah. Hey, wait.
You see like a little mini version of that. Riding in the backyard.
So then the next day after my birthday party, my dad's like, we're gonna take you to go take pictures with it, right? Like riding it and stuff. Okay, so we're there the next day in the stables, and my dad's holding it, right? Like this. My dad's holding it, and he's like, my uncle's taking pictures, and then my uncle goes, like, get out of the picture, like let him go. So like it's just him. My dad was like, nah, the horse is gonna like run away. And he was like, nah, bro, it's a pony, like it's not gonna do anything. The second my dad let go of that horse, the pony booked it, and he turned, and I flew the opposite way, and I was like in the dirt, and my and the pony started running like in the highway or some shit. Oh, this
Donkey.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why I don't like ponies.
Just that one like memory. Yeah.
But it's my first memory with a pony, fishy pony.
I mean, I don't think I really have like a funny memory. I mean, I have like memories, but like not funny. Like not funny, like yours.
But I didn't ask for it.
What's one of the memories that like stands out to you most?
Like from childhood.
Honestly, just experiencing to be outside a lot, cause I know like
Mom wanna pick him up from daycare and then
nah, perra. Like
imagine Lilo outside of a daycare like.
No, just experiencing the outdoors, because I know a lot in our generation now barely even go outside. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I feel you.
so it's kind of like a good feeling that I was able to I was able to I was able to go outside like rollerblade outside, bike,
Rollerblade?
like on a cement.
I know. I never learned how to do it.
No,
You guys know how to skate?
Like on a board.
no. I always wanted to learn.
Wait,
that.
you know I didn't learn how to ride a bike till I was like 12. I'm being serious.
Por tonto. No, but like if you look at now, a lot in our generation don't even go outside. They're just asking for like technology and stuff.
Yeah.
Technically, if you don't have any scars on your legs or anywhere, you didn't basically have a childhood. You get me?
Pues I got bit by a dog, man.
That's a childhood, at least. I don't know. Fighting with a demon over here.
You?
What?
Well, tell your story.
I don't have any stories. I literally can't
How
relate.
about the time they forgot you at daycare?
I wasn't just once. I don't remember the whole thing. I remember a vision of it.
Okay. Next one. I got a good one.
Okay.
What's y'all's favorite show?
That's hard.
You gotta have one. One at least that you like more.
That I can rewatch?
Over and over, doesn't matter.
Okay. I have mine. You? You?
Just have mine.
Okay, you go first.
Hey, you're close. You're close. You're close. Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super. Yeah. Good anime. Really good anime.
My family didn't have cable and I still didn't watch it.
I mean, I started watching it when I was like,
2.
I don't remember.
In the womb.
Bro, but we had like cable, but it was like with a very shitty TV.
I see what.
See, no, yes, sir. One of those. One of those.
Brother, like, go a little bit to left.
How about y'all?
Well, you have to hit the TV.
Then how? You too?
Mine is New Girl.
Hey, were my ex watch that show? I never wanted to watch it.
You never wanted to?
It's good. You know what it's about, right?
I didn't bother.
A new girl?
Good job, Isaac. So basically, this girl like needs an apartment, and she basically looks on Craigslist, and it's like these three dudes, but they're all like, you know what I mean? It's just a story. It's fun.
Entertaining.
How many times have you watched that?
Like 4,
4?
and the episodes are like long, and it's like 7 seasons or something.
Like how long?
Like 40 minutes long, or like an hour. That show we watched, Superstore.
Oh, Cloud9.
Cloud9,
That was an interesting series.
It reminds us of Home Depot.
It does. It does.
You?
My favorite show is The Big Bang Theory.
Okay, I like that one. Yeah.
I watched it like 6 times.
What is it on?
Peacock. Yeah, Peacock. I think. Yeah, it should be on Peacock.
It's on YouTube.
Or no.
YouTube TV.
No, it's not on Hulu. HBO Max. There we go.
The one thing I don't have anymore.
But yeah, I watched it like at least like 6 times.
Oh.
All like 8 seasons, 25 episodes each. I don't know. I just like that. I mean,
it's the type of show that just made you happy watching it.
yeah. I mean, it's super funny. For the most part,
Did you like Young Sheldon?
I've only seen like 2 episodes.
And did you like it?
Yeah. But the Big Bang Theory like came out like way before Young Sheldon, I believe.
Yeah. No, yeah. Okay. I have a question. On a more serious note, what was one of the hardest things you had to learn or like get over as being an athlete? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Best example I can give you. One of the hardest things that I had to learn to understand of being an athlete is that, especially in swimming, you're not going up against the dude next to you.
Right.
Swimming is like you racing your times. Because if you worry about like the dude next to you, you're never gonna get better. Because you know how you get seated. If you get seated with a 23.53, the other guy next to you could be a 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, you can't really measure because you don't know what he's done to get there.
Sure. But then again, like I love that feeling of just like racing against somebody. You know, I feel like if I'm racing against Isaac, and I know like in that certain situation I cannot beat him. I just like that feeling of like racing someone, like not even caring about the time, but knowing that we both are like sprinting to the max. Like that shit, like, you know, it gets me. That's what I love.
Yeah, and like, what are the odds for you to drop time? Like, especially like going against like
Yourself.
or like, for example, like he said, like he's racing me. Like, what are the odds of him dropping time? Actually, like him actually sprinting but saying at the end, I didn't give him my all, but he still dropped time.
No,
you know?
no, I get that. What I'm saying is like you can't compare yourself to them.
Yeah.
Like no matter what that comes, you can't compare yourself to them.
Yeah. I was always told from like my mom and like stuff, because they're like really strict. It's always you against time. I mean, I do get it now. Now I'm a little older, but but she would always tell me that it was always focus on time. Don't focus on anybody else, because at the end of the day, it's you against time, not you against someone else. Stuff like that. But what was your question?
Like, what was one thing athletics like taught you, but it was hard for you to learn? Because even though a lot of the times we know something, that doesn't mean we want to understand or believe it. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay, just because you know... You good? Just because you know that rest days are good, that doesn't mean like... You know what I mean? Like, for example...
No. Hey, keep going.
You work out every day, and you understand you're supposed to rest, but you can't get over the fact that, like, you can't go a day without working out because you feel like someone else is working out. Or someone else is getting better while you're just laying down.
Yeah, like someone else is getting working harder than you.
Like, I know that, but I don't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. That took you a while to, like, okay, I get it now.
Well, I could kind of... I could kind of go with your story, because with what you said, like someone else working hard and stuff. Because I always had the thought of that, like no matter what, in high school, because I would overwork myself in high school to the point where I couldn't give it my all the next day.
You're just like training every single day.
Yeah, I'm just training every single day and nonstop. Obviously, I had like bad food habits.
But even then, like, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, and it was it was just a thought in my head that I'm getting a rest day that I don't want to, right? But it's kind of important as well because you're working so hard. You gotta let your body recover, but you're also thinking like, oh, this person that I want to be is probably working
It's that
harder.
athlete's mentality that you always want to be on top.
Yeah.
But, like,
Because you want to be greater than them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not real. Like, you're not always gonna be on top.
Yeah, I mean, it's just always something in high school that I always thought of it like that. Like always, always, always. Like I would let it get to my head, and obviously I couldn't like focus because I want to be greater than the person I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Right. But I do get recoveries like super important.
Now I get it.
Yeah. Now that you're a little older, you're getting it more.
Because you start hurting.
Yeah, it starts hurting more when you're not getting recovery.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You?
Man, I don't know about this topic because, especially with what happened last year, it's like when I got injured, and kind of like following off y'all's discussion, when I got injured, it was like, dude, I was like back. I literally started from zero.
Yeah.
Like even till this day, I can't swim a fast 500 without my like shoulder hurting. And I think that has taught me, like, last year I was so obsessed about, just getting better. I was so obsessed about like beating my other teammates every single day that I created like some sort of like unhealthy obsession about it. It wasn't a good obsession. It was just a really like a toxic obsession or a toxic like athlete self-talk, And I had that every single day. I brought that mentality every single day to the pool. And there was practices where I did awesome, right?
Yeah, I remember.
And
200, this dude was pacing like 150.
I know.
I was like,
and then there was like, and then come time for the meet, it was like I just completely crashed, right? And I think one of the big factors was just like rest. Rest was a big factor, and like my mindset of just like it was just so off, just training, and then I really wasn't getting ready into like that, like race mentality. The week before the meet, I felt tired. My body couldn't move. I was cold, and that was like during the time last year's which was 2022's mid-season, at San Antonio. It was like
you have to opt out,
and everybody was getting sick, right?
Wow.
And it was you were sick. You
this dude PR fighting.
I know, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, and then like and after the results, I remember I was talking to you. You're like, and I just said like, bro, I was literally on the verge of just like
quitting.
Yeah,
You
and
start from square one, right?
and then after that, we had December training.
That just was a cherry on top.
And then after that, I just like, I just went down, and I guess it's not swimming as in a whole that taught me it, but like it was like losing all the progress I had.
Yeah.
I started, and it was like, it was a big thing. It was a big lesson. And I think one of the biggest lessons was like sometimes I had to learn how to let go. Step back, reassess, and like, okay, what am I? If I'm not performing in this meet, what am I doing wrong? Like recovery is just as important as training.
Yeah.
But I feel like one of the biggest takeaways again with like swimming or athletics in general is just letting go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you because sometimes you just gotta know when to step away for a little bit. You get me? I know it might seem like wrong telling someone, oh, you might need to step away from the sport that you're doing, but it's actually like for the better.
It's it's your body.
Yeah, because
it's also you need rest, like mentally.
like for us, we've been doing swimming years and years and years, right? Like for example, me, I started competitive swimming when I was 8, so I've been doing it for years and years and years, and now that I'm in college, it's hit me like bad. like I need that break. I need to step away from swimming. Like this summer, I stepped away from swimming for like a month and a half. So obviously, it's like super important to like step away. And if you're overworking yourself, like I've been, or like we all have been, you need to like take like a mental break from like the sport and physical break. You know what I'm saying? Because like with a sport that you've been doing for a long time, it could get to you like mentally. You get me? And you could get like mentally drained, and you could get sick. So like, you can't like let it get to you. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I agree though. I agree with everything because been there, done that type of thing. But
That was the very first time I've ever stepped away from swimming.
really,
Ever.
I still haven't been able to do it. Like by choice, like me not go swim. I still haven't been able to do that.
I mean, it was hard for me because I didn't want to, because I was like, I'm obsessed with swimming.
Yeah,
But it was.
that was for the best.
It was something that I had to do.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to do it by choice, but I even spoke to my mom like, I need to step away from swimming for a little bit, because if I don't, imagine how crazy I'd be in college swimming. I'd get like crazy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you'll overwork your mind.
Yeah, and I don't think my mind would be able to take it. So
It's always want to sleep.
I don't know.
Do you want to go to sleep? A little bit. No, I'm just asking, dude.
It's the Home Depot, huh? Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, tomorrow for 8 hours.
Imagine working for 12 hours.
Without saying any names for companies and such, what's like, I don't want to bash you'll see right now. What's the worst job you've ever had? Without saying a company's name, because
So how do you want me to say it?
just say, like, what was it? Huh? Oh, just
Hey,
just
no.
put.
At that.
I might, or I'm not saying I have, or I'm saying I haven't, given lessons to kids, adults,
children.
to kids, adults that want to learn how to maneuver in the
Float.
water. Okay, you were saying, why was that so bad?
I'm super impatient. I have no patience at all.
You taught kids how to swim? What? I didn't know.
Yeah, I have no patience at all. If I don't know if there's people like out there watching, they know that I have no patience. That I want to get stuff right away, and well, yeah, I think that's something that stops me from like doing what I want to do. You get me?
Yeah.
So
You?
I don't know, bro. It's really draining because like you don't know the group of people you're gonna like teach, right? And you teach literally like I had to do literally babies, like 3 months old, right? But it was with the parent, right?
Oh.
Like, bro, I was, and I had to do toddlers, teens and all that. It's like some you can't really tell because like some you get like really good kids that behave, and then some they either misbehave or they just can't get like they just can't get it to their heads. It's like no matter how hard you try to teach them, they just can't like swim nor float. And I don't know, bro. It just really drained me. It because I would do that for like I would I would go and work at 8 a.m., leave at 12, just all that teaching kids, and then I had like practice and all that right after. I had to go lift weights and like, dude, it was so draining after that. I just felt like sleeping for the whole entire day. It's literally like teaching a class. It's being a teacher, right?
like a kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that stuff drains you, and I think I enjoyed it for a little bit when it first started because I had like a good solid group of like kids. You know, they're nice. You know, teaching little kids is like, oh no, you know, it's gonna be fun and stuff. But then after like the first month, like bro, it's like you get tired of it. You know, you're hungry, and it's like you're in the water in the 8 a.m. It's like, bro, I would rather like, be in bed, bro. It's like, but yeah. Oh, that was my experience with teaching kids how to swim.
You?
Well, I haven't taught kids how to swim because I stay away from that. Because I know I would be like, just go home, bro.
Well, I got a good question. Are you done talking?
Yeah.
What's one of the worst injuries you ever had in your life?
Pues este güey just had one.
No,
Another one? I think I'll say mine real quick. Just my worst one was during COVID. You know how it was like especially with high school, it was like we're having districts. No, we're not. We're having regionals.
Yeah,
no, we're not.
know.
We're state. No, we're not. Like I remember we got notified, and I was training with club, but it was like we're just training. There's like we don't have meets. We're just training. You know. Then all of a sudden we're like, we're going to have districts and regionals. Like it's confirmed. And I was like, okay, cool. Coincidentally enough, 2 days before, my doctor was like, yeah, you have impingement in your shoulders, like both shoulders. And then I guess at that point, like I couldn't swim. Like I was just kicking the whole time. And then I was like, I remember asking my coach, and I was like, what should I do? And I remember he was just like, honestly, just take ibuprofen and like thug it out. And I was like, all right, bet. Like I remember in a month I finished like the big bottles of ibuprofen because I would take like 4 before practice. But like after that, like after the season ended and after, I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life. Like after like 2 weeks of doing that, or like 3, like a whole month, I was like, I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life. So I started like, you know, physical therapy type of thing on my own, and then yeah, pues now I'm fine. Pero yeah, you?
Damn, you cracked your phone, huh?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Yeah,
it's Home Depot. Way.
Throw it at the customers.
Some but concrete. No, it happened in track. You know, when I was trying to be like, I tried to do track and swimming at the same time, and I just did it so consistently. There was a point I remember, like I was running and I was doing my long jumps, and when I was doing it, so whenever you're doing your long jump, like the very last jump you have, it's like a lot of pressure in your like lower back, right? Like chingos of pressure with. And so just one time I did it, and at the time, like I really wasn't really too knowledgeable about like stretching or, you know, trying to avoid injury. I was just like, you know, raw dogging it, right? I just didn't care. 'Cause, you know, if I'm doing this, I'm gonna be the best and all that. I wasn't really taking any other stuff into consideration. But there was this one time, I think it was like closer to the end of like the season, or closer to the end of like school for spring, right? Or when we were about to start summer. It's like I did like one jump, and it was like I messed up my technique a little bit, and it was to the point where like my back was just like really compressed, like it, like my lower back, like the nerves just like were tight, and like it was like that with my bone. And then I had a jump, and that was even worse. And then it landed, and then after that moment, I was like, shit, dude, I got something in my back, my lower back like hurt.
He's like,
Simone, I was like, bro, I literally couldn't move for a little bit, and then I tried swimming, and then after like 2 days, the pain was just like there, and till this day, like I've had that like pain ever, like if I overwork myself in my like lower back area, or if I don't like stretch it out properly, then I get that like pain a lot. But yeah, it was an injury that I had like in 7th grade.
do you even know what it was?
It was called something, but I mean it was fixed at that time, and yeah, I mean, but yeah.
Wait, that's just crooked, wait.
Fix it. We're not cutting this out though. I think one of the most painful injuries I've had, Jesus Christ, is when I was lifting weights. So when I was lifting weights,
Drop the dumb.
No. I was at Gold's Gym, right? There's like this. It was like I guess like a squat slash deadlifts. It was like the ones like.
Oh, the trap bar.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like a diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got in it and was I started like live, so I was like, I feel pretty good, right? So then I put a 45 and like a 35. I'm like, okay, this is like chill, right? And then I put two 45s, and as soon as I pick it up, I hear like a snap on my lower back. So I'm like, damn! I immediately dropped it, started walking. I couldn't walk. Like I was like hunched. I was like this, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I left the weights there and the bar. I walked out, and I couldn't even drive. I had the pain for like 4 days straight. And it was like the most painful back pain I've ever had, because it's like super tight, and you get me, but like tight and like stretched. So like it's like it got tight and
then you can't do anything.
And like and it was like stretching at the same time. So like I feel like I was gonna tear something. You get me? But luckily I didn't. So
what'd you do in the 4 days? Just chill?
Yeah, I had to. My mom just told me to lay down, and then she was like, she kept on getting me like icy hot and ice as well. So
Paper rug.
yeah, you know. Yeah, it goes hard. But I mean that's why I'm like whenever I lift, I'm like super scared to go heavy, even though I want to, because I mean.
Even though you can. Right?
Yeah.
It's a back thought. It's like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's like a memory that you have in the back of your head, right? Because you don't want to go through that same pain over again, and especially since you're like working super hard, you don't want anything. You don't want things to end.
You don't want your progress.
Yeah, you get me?
Just because of that one.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I'm always like having second thoughts if I should go heavy, even though I always do kind of. It's like always a second thought in my head, because I don't want to go through that pain ever again. You get me? But yeah, painful, huh? Sounds painful.
I would just stay there in the gym. Get me out.
Get some sleep, boys.
We're done.
All right.
Say goodnight.
All right. Good night, our awesome viewers.
Good night, Eli.
We'll end things off. Right?
The conclusion. Simon. And we're back.
So.
If we did not leave this in, the phone has fallen twice already.
Yeah. One because of Amigos, and then this one because of that dude over there.
But in conclusion, let's do this. This is how we're gonna end each episode. What's one piece of advice you can get someone there across?
Don't do drugs.
No, neta. Is that your advice?
No. Depends what they're struggling on. So.
Just any. You're gonna give another one tomorrow.
Yeah. So, the next video.
Next.
We're doing these often, you know. We're really enjoying this podcast, so we're gonna do these more often. For the viewers out there, you know. Shout out to the 956 people over there, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them.
Okay, so I mean, if you're going through a hard time, obviously, just don't overthink stuff. Don't stress yourself out. Always trust your gut. Always, because if you're overthinking, you don't know what could go wrong. Anything could go wrong when you're overthinking.
About something you can't control.
Yeah. So.
Wait, you walked heavy?
Is it heavy?
No, that's like
180.
Oh, yeah, you're like 20 pounds heavier.
Heavier.
Wait, you used to be the same weight as me?
I'm 165. Yeah.
I didn't even know cut.
180.
Dude, I stayed at 145.
You're like what, 5'6"?
5'7".
Oh, that's right.
and a half.
And a half. Is that your advice?
I would always recommend trusting your gut. It's a good feeling once you trust your gut, and your gut ends up being right at the end of the day. So
I mean, your gut's always right.
yeah, your gut is always right. It's gonna be a good feeling when you trust your gut and you don't start overthinking and stress yourself out, and your gut's right. So I think that's my advice to the viewers out there. Respectfully.
Eloy, from over there, what's your advice? Just a quick advice. I'll say it into the mic.
Shit. So he said that.
Sometimes you just gotta learn when to stop. When's enough is enough. Eloy Vega, 2023. Presidency.
President.
Allah. It's gonna be Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Eloy Vega. They're gonna be like, political party undeclared. My advice would be, okay. Yes, pero honestly, just leave it up to God. I feel like sometimes I heard this quote today that was like, imagine you and God are like a boat crew. One's driving, the other one's rowing. God's steering the boat. You're putting in all the work. And I feel like sometimes people try to be the conductor instead of putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're trying to get ahead of yourself. And it's like, no, it's all part of a plan.
So it's like all in God's hands.
Exactly. All right, well, we're going to end the episode there because Eloy's eating ice cream and I kind of want ice cream too. So.
This man's eating like... All right, guys. It's been your boy, Isaac Velasquez here.
Carlos Baca and Eloy. And
Eloy.
I don't know if you heard him, but Eloy said bye.
It's a Three Amigos podcast, so peace out.
We'll see you.
Subscribe, comment down in the section below.
Yo, Eloy said, like, subscribe, and comment down in the
Turn on notifications.
Yeah, don't forget to do that.
Comment ideas to talk about.
Yeah.
The little tick-a-ding.
We'll literally talk about whatever.
All right, and because Eloy's already eating the ice cream.
If you guys want to hear personal stories, we'll hear personal stories. All right, it's been the Three Amigos. We're out. Peace.